Hi, this is Charting Man Dan of thechartguys.com, home of technical analysis education. Click the link for a free week trial, no credit card required, and gain access to our multiple live broadcasts daily, community chat room, educational videos, nightly watch lists, and more. Invest in your education and future and join the community today. Looking at the biotech sector on the daily and weekly, this is XBI, the sector spider. And definitely seeing a lot of indecision in terms of back and forth. Today, LABU and LABD both provided opportunities. We got an LABD for a quick 2.5% move to the upside, and the end of the day action in the S&P 500, that weakness gave some incentive for potentially holding overnight for a swing trade to see if that weakness carries over into tomorrow. So what I have noticed is the correlation between the S&P 500 and the biotechs. That's because all day, every day, I'm watching SPY and the S&P 500, and ever since this breakout, I've been watching the biotech. So on this breakout, the biotechs were strong when the market was consolidating and seeing some weakness. Then the past week, we saw them trading hand in hand, and then this week so far, we've seen the biotechs a bit weaker than the S&P 500. There were a couple days of slow and steady green where the biotech sector was not following along. So what I'm looking at from here is wondering if we do see some weakness in the markets, does that mean the biotechs are going to see some magnified weakness to the downside, considering they already are lagging behind a bit? And the end of the day sell-off in SPY today tells me that may not be the case. We saw a very sharp drop in the S&P 500, and while we did see that play out and LABD did see some gains, it was not to the magnitude that you would expect with that pullback. So that's telling me that the biotech sector is kind of doing its own thing. There's definitely a correlation between the two, but it's not as strong as it was last week. So we're still looking at XBI, the 100-day moving average resistance of 56.82. On the weekly chart, we're bouncing around by this middle Bollinger Band of 55.81. And let's compare LABU and LABD here. LABU is still holding the 10-day moving average support. It is seeing some lower highs and lower lows the past 2 days. And LABD, the key level is the 10-day moving average resistance. We got above it today, could not close above it. If we can close above that level, we'll see a bullish MACD cross, and there's some nice room to the upside. Target short term will be up at 42, and that resistance is 39.44, and it's beginning to ascend. So it's going to be a little bit more difficult each day as it begins to ascend to get over and close above that level. So we'll see what tomorrow brings. If we get further weakness in the markets, we could see LABD see some further upside. The pattern that I keep looking at on LABU is what I call reaching an equilibrium. After a breakout or a breakdown, you see back and forth, you see a low set, a lower high, and then a higher low. So I would anticipate the higher low to come in right around $32, which would indicate a little bit more of some downside. Obviously that doesn't have to happen, but that's a common pattern that I see all the time, and we'll see if that's how it plays out here on LABU. Thanks for watching. The Chart Guys community has compiled trader tips from dozens of traders over the last year and put together a free ebook you can access by clicking the button and entering your email. Have a wonderful night.